Let's talk about the Sally Port. As we drive by the sheriff's department here, I was working at Bay, and I was still working swing shift 4 to 12 with weekend days, and one of our accounts was a machine shop in a pretty good size, but now this is, a 1986, so, or 86, so, certainly the land is so valuable now that whether it's still a machine shop or not, I don't know, but this is a while ago. So anyway, I've talked about, we always had Oakland PD on the scanner so we could hear our calls dispatched. And also, so if they had something going on, that we didn't stumble onto it by accident, not paying attention. We're going to start heading back to Coos Bay now. Anyway, earlier on the shift, Oakland had wagons, paddy wagons, which is an offensive term because the term paddy refers to Irish, and the paddy wagon was what New York City Police used to transport Irish and Irish Americans to jail. Anyway, they had a wagon drop off at the jail, and their jail's closed now, but the jail used to be the city jail, not the county, not Alameda County Sheriff's Office run jail, which is called North County Jail, which is also closed. But that's another story. So Oakland drives in, the Oakland wagon guy drives in, and they don't shut the gate. And as they're letting the prisoners out of the wagon, one of these young guys makes a run for it. As they're closing the gate, they didn't close it in time. He runs out the gate. I have Oakland on the scanner. I hear him go code 33, which is the beeper in the background, and everybody on God's green earth is looking for this guy with a particular description. I can't remember the exact description, but so I make a note of the description, and 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of beeping in the background, and they realize, okay, this guy got away. Well, the machine shop that I'm talking about ran 2 shifts. They ran a day shift, and they ran, this guy's right goddamn behind me. They ran a day shift, and they ran a swing shift. The swing shift closed at 11. So what happened is they closed at 11. About 11:30, we get an interior alarm from the machine shop, and it's at least a half a square block. I think it's a pretty good sized building. And so I'm getting multiple zones, meaning multiple pieces of protection on different circuits of interior protection. So something is in there. So I'm thinking, okay, somebody got in and we're going to get us somebody. Well, I parked a little bit down the street, not right in front. I don't pull up right in front like I live there. And as I'm creeping up, kind of, looking in the windows, by God, there's the suspect, the jailbreaker, looking at me, matching the description, including the red stripe on his kind of tannish coat. And he was a young African ancestor man. And this is the guy. So he sees me and I see him at the same time. And he was going to break the window to come out. And he runs back inside. So right about 4 or 5 seconds after, Oakland pulls up, and the guy didn't even get out of the car until I said, "Hey, officer, I've got your jail escapee in the building." I said, "Here's what he's wearing, and here's the description." And holy sweet Jesus, it was like the landing at Normandy. Within about 90 seconds, there were 4 or 5 patrol cars there, guys bailing out to set up the perimeter. What the suspect should have done is he should have ran to the other side of the building, broken the window, and run. But I think he thought that he could hide in there. So at 12 o'clock, the night shift guys came. So Alan and Clint came out, and we set up a perimeter, and we call the owner who sends out a responsible with the keys, and we tell him, "Hey, we have somebody inside your building. This is not a false alarm." And so we set up the perimeter, and Oakland goes in, and you hear the dog, and they were very, very, very grateful that I stumbled upon this, recognized it, and told them what it was. A lot of 3, 4, 5 officers remembered me long after this call for just that. So, speaking of the Sallyport, I have had a hand in catching a jail escapee. Oakland jail is closed. North County jail is closed. So when Oakland or Emeryville, I don't know if Emeryville has a jail, when Oakland, or especially Albany, when Albany books a prisoner and it's going to take him to be, or when Albany arrests somebody and is going to book them, they got to drive all the way out to Santa Rita. And at 4:30 on Friday afternoon, when you're in Albany and you've got to go all the way to Santa Rita in Pleasanton or Dublin, in Friday afternoon traffic, you've got an officer, especially Albany's not all that big, and you've got an officer gone for hours. Just not very well thought out. So that's my Sallyport story. We're cruising west on Oregon 42, and we'll see what's next.